Ah, Christmas. The crackling fireplace, warm hot cocoa, a flamboyant obese man in a red suit, and, of course, Hallmark movies. Drew Gooden's video on Christmas Mail inspired me to look up some crazy holiday flicks on IMDb. Through a trail of random writers, actors, and directors, I eventually landed on the page of director Fred Olen Ray. Now, this guy, he's a little quirky, a little funny guy, but trust me, we will get to him later. His credit list was a treasure trove of eccentric movies, and at the very top was Dognapped, Hound for the Holidays. Needless to say, I was intrigued. The title of this film is eye-catching enough, but let's take a look at the synopsis. When an egotistical social media influencer's dog is shockingly kidnapped, her long-suffering assistant teams up with charming local vet to find the puppy before Christmas. This description did not prepare me for the insanity that is Dognapped, Hound for the Holidays. It released last year on the Ion Network, and it was apparently their flagship title of the season. And I know it's a different network, but let's be real, this is a Hallmark movie. It fits the vibe, it fits the formula, and trust me, it fits the budget. Without further ado, let's get into Dognapped, Hound for the Holidays. We begin with a press conference surrounding Victoria Frost, a popular interior designer who is essentially just Joanna Gaines, but if she was a terrible person. And the subject of this press conference is Victoria, who just adopted a furry friend named Tiny. Oh boy, I hope he doesn't get dognapped. In this scene, we get introduced to Emily, the protagonist of this film, and Victoria's assistant. Dee Dee, Victoria's business partner, and surprisingly is played by Vivica Fox. And Carrie, an insane superfan who is just annoying and makes it her whole personality. We cut to a meeting with Victoria, Dee Dee, and Emily as a news broadcast is playing in the background.
Celebrity designer Victoria Frost finds herself in the doghouse after the release of this shocking
How could they
video.
come at me like that?
Huh? Now, you might be wondering, why did she hold a press conference for a dog adoption? I mean, isn't that a pretty regular thing? Do not worry, it is not out of the goodness of her heart. Victoria recently had a scandal that has tanked her company's stock price. Somehow, some way, she infiltrated her rival's company's headquarters and took pictures of their upcoming designs so that she could steal them. And I don't know what kind of quality these security cameras are, but she was caught in ultra high-def 8K scribbly doingo H.265 codec with HLG picture profile. I don't know, dude, but it is clear as day. And when this footage leaked to the press, Frost Home Furnishings had to go into damage control mode, thus leading to Tiny's adoption.
People love a good dog story.
That is not why I did it, Dee Dee.
It's immediately clear that Victoria has no clue how to handle dogs.
Ow! She bit me.
Tiny bites her, which, no shit, you just got this new dog like 15 minutes ago, and you're waving his hand directly in front of his face, like, yeah, he's gonna bite you. But then Emily says the line,
He didn't bite you. He's just playful.
and yeah, you're gonna hear this line a couple more times in this movie. After showing the security footage, the news anchor brings on arch nemesis to Victoria, Sandra Reed, the CEO of her rival company and one of her long-term friends.
I guess I should be flattered. She wanted to borrow my designs. Poor thing.
Honestly, she's played off to be kind of a petty bitch, but like, she's valid. Her designs got stolen by her competitor. That's right, we stan Sandra in this house. I appreciate the applause. And those three tried to devise a plan for Victoria to lay low and wait for the bad press to go away. She wants to go somewhere quaint and homey. Emily laughs at the thought of Victoria in her hometown of Plattsburgh, a small town where the biggest event each year is the Christmas tree decorating contest. She'd never go there. Why is she looking at Emily like that?
It's just for the holidays.
But honey, Victoria's used to penthouse suites and people waiting on her hand and foot.
She says she wants to be low-key.
Okay, fine. She can stay in your sister's old room.
Whoa, 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 whoa. She's staying in Emily's family home? This mother is an angel. If my 30-year-old child came up to me and asked me to house their boss, a multi-millionaire CEO, for 2 weeks, especially at Christmas, I would suplex their ass. Emily's mom, of course, then asks about her love life in the least subtle way imaginable. Classic, girl, I can relate to that. But Emily doesn't have time to see anyone. She's an independent girl boss with responsibilities, and she doesn't need no man. Victoria calls right after, confirming that the trip is good to go.
Please, I am looking forward to slumming it.
Ah, man, they really can't make her more unlikable, can they? Spoiler alert. They can. Victoria mentions that during their stay, she's gonna have to finalize designs for their upcoming summer collection. And Emily, who is a designer herself, would like to show her some of the sketches that she's been working on in her off hours, but she is shut down right away. It's a shame, but Victoria's just too dang busy to look over some sketches. She doesn't have 2 minutes to spare. After a quick B-roll montage over a royalty-free cover of Jingle Bells, Victoria, Emily, and Tiny all pull up to Emily's family home. And immediately, there's a stalker there. He's waiting for them. I don't know how he knew that they were going to show up to this specific location, but he's there and he's set up. I also don't know how they can't see him. Oh, I know how they can't see him. He's wearing a Fortnite bush. This man's practically invisible. Victoria meets Emily's mom, and she is just a sweetheart. That's right, we stan Donna in this house. Yeah! Woo! And also, this house is like actually super nice. Like, I don't know what they mean by slumming it. This is a nice ass house. Emily realizes they still need to check if Tiny's shots are up to date, so she decides to go to the family vet. And guess what? The family vet's son works there now. The son who's Emily's age.
Jonathan? Jonathan with the big glasses?
His eyesight got better and his biceps got bigger.
Easy, Tiger.
Damn, Donna is thirsty for this dude. Chill out, leave some for the rest of us. Emily and Tiny go to the vet's office and oh, I get it.
I haven't seen you since I puppy dog after you at the junior prom. I was such a nerd with a crush. You probably don't even remember me.
Okay, maybe I was wrong. If you see someone for the first time in like 8 years, don't immediately talk about how you had such a huge crush on them and you were such a little nerd, just, oh, puppy dog eyes for this person. Okay, that's just silly stuff you can talk about when you're more comfortable with each other. But dude, 20 seconds into the first conversation back is not the place.
Sounds like you're having a busy day.
Me? No, but my boss is.
Victoria Frost.
How did you know that?
When I heard you were heading in, I looked you up.
You did.
Again, man, if you stalk someone on LinkedIn, don't tell them right away. Alright, you got zero riz right now, bro. What are you doing? Here we get introduced to Bernard, Jonathan's assistant and yet another superfan of Victoria Frost. They start chatting, and then he pulls out a needle for Tiny's shot. And then, this just kind of happens out of nowhere.
That's a really big needle.
Uh-oh.
If you're so scared of needles, then why are you looking directly at it? I like to imagine the camera guy on the ground pointing the lens up at this man's succulent, juicy, beautiful lips. What was I doing again? She tells him that she was so busy that she forgot to eat, sleep, hydrate, or do anything it takes to be healthy. My sister in Christ, you need to eat. Okay, don't give in to your corporate overlords. Bernard goes to get Tiny, and so Jonathan and Emily have a moment alone, a moment of bonding. Oh my god, this man just got his pants. They go back to the holding area and Tiny's missing! The group starts to look for Tiny and then they give up right away. They show a single shot of them looking for Tiny outside for like 3 seconds, and then they just give up. They come back, and then all of a sudden...
You don't think someone snuck in through the unlocked door when no one was looking?
Is it possible?
Tiny's been dog-napped.
How did you come to that conclusion? You took 3 seconds to look for him, and all of a sudden, oh, he's dog-napped. What are you talking about? So they talk about all the possible ways that Tiny could have gotten out if there was somebody else involved, if he just somehow got out of the cage and then walked out the door. So they decided to split up and really tried to find him this time. Jonathan and Emily go to the sheriff's office to try to get help. good look there. I wouldn't really count on that, but you can give it a shot. And so they go into Jonathan's car, and holy shit, he has the camera. We're gonna brush right past that one. But don't brush past the subscribe button. I'm making different types of videos right now, so if you want to see more content like this, more bad movie reviews, then go and let me know down in the comments. Thank you very much. Let's get back into the dog napping. The two lovebirds visit the sheriff's office, and he's being helpful? Kind of shocked. I didn't expect that to happen. Cutting back to Donna's house now. Victoria is on a call with Dee Dee, and she's explaining that she loves the new ornament collection.
The pencil sketches Emily sent over really inspired the design team.
Pencil sketches? Oh, of course. She's really good at putting my ideas onto paper.
Emily actually provided the design team with sketches that turned into the final product. Surprised that her assistant came up with better designs than hers, she just kind of casually takes credit for it. So, God, she's awful.
Could make you some cocoa.
That would be lovely. Do you have oat milk?
No.
Soy?
It's Plattsburgh. We have cow. Regular or skim?
Okay, well, I live in bum nowhere too, and even I can get oat milk. Extra creamy. Oh, man. Back to the vet's office, and an old lady named Mrs. Fowler is carrying out a little bit to Bernard. She lives directly behind the clinic and swears that she heard dogs barking and a bunch of car noises coming from this building. Bernard tells her that they don't offer boarding overnight, so those noises can't be coming from there, and the repair shop next door is probably where the car noises were coming from. Jonathan catches this and asks a couple more questions, to which Mrs. Fowler replied,
"The other night, you had an employee going in and out of the building, and he was making quite the racket."
She couldn't see who it was, but she did think it was odd. I think that's a little suspicious. Then we cut to nighttime, where Tiny is trapped in a cage, and his captor is taking photos of him for ransom. The rough transition between music tracks in this movie is just egregious. I mean, this tone shift is insane. Hey man, are you doing okay? No. I ran over a turtle, and then I wrecked into a semi, and when I got out of the car to check the damage, I slipped on a banana peel, and then my girlfriend broke up with me. Hey, yo, it's crazy in here. Woo, yeah. Oh yeah, woo! Feel the music. Yeah. What are you doing? I've been traumatized. Why are you celebrating? Hey. The sheriff stops by the vet clinic and confirms that no one's tampered with the back door lock. So Mrs. Fowler decides she's gonna get a security camera at her house so she can see what's going on at night. But you would think, shouldn't the vet clinic have a security camera too?
We do have one, but a French poodle chewed through the cable.
You might think about repairing that.
Maybe you should repair that. Well, they have nothing else to do right now, so, time for a pie date. Oh, that is some Walmart-looking ass pie. That is not homemade. Emily tells Jonathan about how she met Victoria and how she landed in her current role, which essentially just boils down to she was really depressed after being cheated on by her boyfriend, and then Victoria offered her a job that consumed her thought 24/7 so she didn't have to think about the real issues. What an angel. Jonathan's about to tell her his backstory when, conveniently, Emily gets a phone call, and this time it's from Sandra Reed, Victoria's competitor. Sandra called to Girl Boss and gloat to Emily that she can replace Victoria as a host at the Stacy's Day Parade.
If you need a job when Frost goes belly up, you call me.
Honestly, I would take that girl. Sure, she's pretty pretentious, but at least she doesn't steal other people's designs. Emily's about to hang up when Sandra gives her one last little zinger.
Please tell Victoria I hope she's enjoying her new dog. He's simply adorable. You take care now.
That's a little sauce. Now, the two lovebirds are obviously wondering if Victoria's arch nemesis would steal her dog just out of pettiness, so they take their pie to go? You're like 2 bites away. Just finish the damn pie. The dynamic duo returns to Emily's family home, and we are just dropped Fortnite Battle Bus style into Jonathan trauma dumping.
My real passion was art. I actually worked in an art studio. And then when my mom got sick, my dad needed some extra hands at the clinic, especially towards the end.
As cliche as it is a sad circumstance, and if it was a drawn-out, more fleshed-out story arc in One Piece, then I would be filling up a popcorn bowl with my tears. But then Donna comes in with the Riz and just, oh, that immediate sexual tension.
Emily, hi, honey.
Hey, Mom.
And hello, Jonathan.
Hi, Mrs. Stanton. It's good to see you.
I don't blame you, Donna. And I don't blame you, Jonathan. Jonathan leaves, and there's immediately a knock at the door. Now, Emily goes to investigate, and she finds a ransom note addressed to Victoria. Jonathan surely would have noticed someone walking to the door, right? Like, he just left. You know, like, surely it would have noticed that, right?
$1 million or else?
Also, $1 million is just such a funny number for them to come up with. Like, Victoria owns an extremely successful and popular brand. There is no way that that's a lot of money for her. It's estimated that Chip and Joanna Gaines have a combined net worth of $50 million. Don't get me wrong, that is a metric ton of money. It seems like they're lowballing it for a mega celebrity that Victoria is made out to be. Like, it's like a 5-year-old came up with that number and it's just like, this is the highest amount of money that's even exists in the world. And the stalker is there too. Now, surely Jonathan would have noticed a guy with the camera that looks suspiciously like his hiding in the bush, right? Victoria, Emily, and the chief are discussing their options for what to do about the ransom, and Victoria decides that it was time to break the news to the public. And the vet office is already dealing with calls and questions about Tiny's disappearance, so I'm sure that's a blast for them.
Border Collie in back needs its anal glands expressed. Now, please.
And yeah, I went down a rabbit hole about dogs' anal glands and why they need to be expressed, but I don't think that's the best topic for me to go over right now.
Oh, and Emily, I love the new ornaments. They're gorgeous. A little birdie told me you helped.
Victoria compliments Emily on her design of the new Christmas ornaments, and elated, she's so happy to hear this. Emily really wants to show Victoria her design sketches of the upcoming summer collection, and she just denies it. Again, Victoria just doesn't want to hear it. She makes up some excuse, and then she leaves the room to make a call with Dee Dee. And this is the part that just threw me for a loop, because she asks Dee Dee, her business partner, for a small loan of $1 million. Are you crazy? Victoria must be absolutely broke from incessant gambling or something, because how could she not have $1 million? She's so rich! She's so rich, I need to take another chug of my extra creamy silk oat milk. Emily's back at it again with her sketchbook, and her mom comes in to warn her about Victoria taking credit for the Christmas ornament design. While Emily's pretty disappointed to hear this, she kind of just chalks it up to a CEO taking pride in their company's work. And amidst this conversation, Emily gets a text from a hunky vet, Jonathan, asking if she wants to get dinner. Oh, we are so in. This dinner scene, although it's a little awkward, is actually really sweet. So Jonathan notices Emily's sketchbook that she always carries around and asks if he can take a look. He's really impressed with her work and encourages her that she should look for a position that she's more passionate about. Emily agrees. This is what she really wants to be doing. They're gabbing, they're having a great time, getting to know each other, drinking some wine, and holy shit, it's the dog! They run out of the restaurant, and oh my, this was definitely shot at 2:35 p.m. on a Wednesday afternoon. You can't just make it blue, okay? Just shoot it at night. Unfortunately, the dog napper got away, and they couldn't even get the license plate number or anything, so Jonathan and Emily, they decided to take the L and go back home. I don't know why every single rom-com has to do this, but they have this awkward exchange where they just say the exact same thing to each other at the exact same time.
I wanted. You go.
There is no way this happens in real life, right? Has this ever happened to anyone? They talk about, you know, how much fun they had and whoa, they're going for the kiss. Donna, we are only halfway through the movie, so I am going to speed run the plot and move things along a little bit. The next morning, Victoria holds a press conference to talk about Tiny's disappearance, and we get introduced to Griffin Jones, the head of security at Frost's LA office. He's looking into leaked photos online that were taken by the ever so mysterious stalker paparazzi, and Emily realizes that, holy shit, her mom's house got doxxed, or sniper wolfed, as the kids say these days, and she kind of freaks out. She's worried about who would possibly take these photos. At the press conference, Griffin sees a social media post from crazy superfan Carrie who, holy shit, she's at the house right now. She's carrying a dog that looks exactly like Tiny. It also turns out Carrie was the one they saw at the restaurant the night before. They check the dog's chip and it's not Tiny. This woman is just crazy enough to get a dog and a sweater that looks exactly like her Oshi's pet. I feel like I'm going insane. Who would do this? All right, Taylor Swift fans, maybe? Probably. Going back to Donna's house, the cast finds yet another envelope on the doorstep, this time with instructions for a drop-off. Victoria gets her borrowed money ready and is prepared to make the exchange the next day. During the night, Victoria is working on sketches for her new summer collection. Man, she is just coming up blank. She's got no ideas. Everything she draws, she thinks is terrible, like the scumbag that she is. She goes and takes several photos of Emily's notebook to use as the designs and steal them. Oh, you're so cringe. The next morning, Emily and Jonathan are eating some breakfast, and they're talking about how Sarah Reed is replacing Victoria as a host for the Stacey's Day Parade, and they want to find another Christmas or holiday event that might boost up her reputation. And throughout their conversation, they arrive at a conclusion. The Plattsburgh Christmas Tree Decorating Contest. That's the one from earlier!
Christmas tree decorating contest. I completely forgot. You're a genius.
Oh no, Emily, don't touch him. He's gonna jizz his pants again, okay? Someone get the napkins. They go their separate ways for now, but I need to spend a moment here and dissect something. These two were sitting on the same side of a table, and they're about to leave. Do you think that Jonathan, A, went around Emily, B, waited for Emily to leave first, or C, faint and faceplant into his waffles?
Good luck on the job.
Thanks.
Well, it's none of them. They both get up and Jonathan tries to leave in between Emily's seat and the table. This has never happened before in the history of human existence. My man's was aiming for those lips at this point.
Just wish it weren't Victoria doing this. It's way too dangerous.
So Victoria walks up, drops the bag, and with everything in place, suddenly everyone who is watching, which is a lot of people, all get distracted by a single garbage disposal truck, and then, uh-oh, the bag is missing! They are freaking terrible at staking out stuff. They should not be doing this. They see a little boy on his bike with the same paper bag, so the chief runs after him and knocks him out cold. He's on the pavement, bleeding out. No, that doesn't happen. That would be so f***ing hilarious, though. No, this little New Yorker kid was just transporting some bagels. So yeah, mission failed. Boo-womp. And we're back to the vet clinic, where Bernard reveals to Jonathan that, whoa, he was the one taking pictures of Victoria. Jonathan is mad at him, obviously, but he managed to snag a photo of the car that drove off with the ransom money. Whew! Good shit, Bernard. He clutched it up that time.
This might just save your job.
Well, what are you doing talking to me? Go!
I'll deal with you later.
Victoria gets off the phone with Griffin, who actually finds out that the paparazzi photos were taken by somebody local. And who does Emily know that has a camera? Uh-oh. And who's about to show up to Emily's house with a camera that has photos of Victoria loaded onto it? This is probably the worst timing imaginable. Jonathan enters the room, and he shows Emily the picture of the car, but she was a little bit curious. So she hit that dial, moved forward one photo, and look at that! It's the paparazzi photo. Uh-oh.
You sold us out. How could you?
That's not true. Bernard took those photos. I just found out.
Oh, please. That's pathetic. Bernard? Just stay away from me and Victoria, or I'll call the cops.
You know, I can't blame the guy, but this is the worst possible timeline for him in this moment. Almost like that could have easily been avoided. Just a, hey, I'm so sorry, but I found out that these dangerous photos, they were actually taken by Bernard. I am so sorry, I was not aware of this. But just lead with that, man. Or better yet, just have Bernard tell Emily over the phone or something, you know? Like, sure, he might sound like he has a gun to his head, but at least that's something. Back to the clinic, and Mrs. Fowler is carrying out yet again over loud noises from the night before. Luckily, Mrs. Fowler actually installed her security cameras, and so while she goes to check that footage, Jonathan is going to investigate the surrounding buildings. Back to Victoria and Emily, and they're trying to figure out a grand prize for this Christmas tree decorating contest, which they are now fully invested in. They decide on using an unopened box of their new ornament collection. Emily goes to find them in Victoria's room when she finds something else. She finds the recreated sketches of her own designs.
These look like designs that I've been working on.
Well, great minds think alike.
Great minds think alike? Yeah, right! I'd freaking judo chop her ass! Jonathan starts to look into the repair shop that's right next to the clinic. Now, the family that runs the repair shop has been out of town for a couple of weeks, on vacation. But with all these noise complaints that Mrs. Fowler has put in, he really decided that he needed to look into what's going on. And when he approaches the door, he starts to hear barking. Holy shit, Tiny has to be here. It's at this point in the movie where things start to shift. Okay, with 17 minutes left in this film, it goes from a sweet but kind of cliche, iffy rom-com to, oh my god, what the actual fuck is happening here? Jonathan tries to call Emily, but she's not answering. She is still pissed about the whole photo thing. And so he texts her and just lets her know, hey, the repair shop next to the clinic, something crazy is happening. Please stop by. Jonathan then opens up the door, and this is breaking and entering. He committed a crime here, and he didn't call the chief of police or anything, no, but he's in. And what does he find?
Looking for something?
Griffin! But what is he doing here?
What have you done with the dog?
Me? You're barking up the wrong tree.
Good one, man. I'll give him that one.
Jonathan!
Stand down, mister, or somebody's gonna get hurt.
Holy shit, what is happening? He throws a wrench at Jonathan's head and then punches him in the face, and then Emily comes in, perfect timing there, and then he pulls a gun? What's going on? Whoa! Emily with the tea kettle clutch there. With the bad guy defeated, they get reunited with Tiny. And all the trials and tribulations, the pie dates, the missing dog posters, the awkward near-kiss experiences, it all came together. It all led to this moment right here. They're finally reunited, and now it's time to go.
Nobody's going anywhere.
Oh, come on! So, Victoria. She stole her own dog for ransom so that the general public forgets about her scandal, and then they let her steal a loan of $1 million from her supposed best friend and business partner, and now she is going to literally hold Emily and Jonathan at gunpoint and threaten to frame them, or worse, commit murder if they don't keep quiet. Huh? At the Christmas decorating contest, she's going to announce Tiny's return for her grand good press finale. Man, things aren't looking good, huh? If only she could relay her evil plan in front of a nosy old woman's security camera. Oh wait, she relays her whole evil plan in front of a nosy old woman's security camera. Well, gee, how are the heroes gonna make it out of this one? We are finally here. The Plattsburgh Christmas Tree Decorating Contest. Now, Victoria rubs elbows with the Plattsburgh mayor and lets Dee Dee know that she has a special announcement to make. At the podium, she tells the city of Plattsburgh that the police department helped to find Tiny and that he was returned safely. And the police chief, he's like, what the huh? Because he didn't even know that Tiny was back yet. And, oh, look, Emily made it, ready to reveal Victoria's evil plot. But Victoria, she can't have this happen. It would ruin everything she's worked for these past 2 weeks. Victoria took to the stand yet again.
But here's the woman who dognapped my puppy Tiny. Sheriff, I insist you do your duty and arrest her.
Bro, why would the police chief try to arrest her immediately based on one person's word? Like, that's not how they operate. Right?
How can you believe something like this? Look at me. I'm Emily Stanton. I grew up here.
So Emily breaks free and gives her rebuttal. And dude, she had the worst defense that I think you could possibly give in this situation. And instead of explaining the whole story, instead of explaining what Victoria actually did, she's just like, oh, I wouldn't do this. I grew up here. You know me. Oh, silly little me. I sold you cookies when I was a kid. I worked at the diner. I wouldn't steal a dog. Okay? But luckily, Jonathan came in with actual proof from Mrs. Fowler's security camera.
Be smart, stay away, and I won't have to blame you for the dog napping.
I know. It's just a dumb movie, and it doesn't have to make sense. But how is that security camera's audio that high quality? It's like it comes with a wireless boom operator. Oh, this security camera is only $20. Oh, I see. Okay. You also have to give this random dude food and water 3 times a day and give him a livable wage. Well, with inflation, that's gonna be crazy. So great. Everyone has seen the truth, and now nothing can go wrong. Until Victoria just takes the USB flash drive that Jonathan's holding that contains all the footage, and then Griffin just pulls out his gun and threatens the entire town of Plattsburgh, including the chief of police. What is wrong with these people?
You too, Victoria. Get over there with the rest of them.
What, you're double-crossing me?
I'm sorry, but you're too recognizable to be tagging along.
I can't believe you're doing this.
Believe it. Move.
And then he betrays Victoria? I don't know. He has no reason to do that. My brother and Christmas, if you wanted to get away, just leave. You're making everything worse right now. But don't you worry, because Tiny has one more thing up his sleeve.
Don't get me!
He didn't bite you. He's just playful.
And there's the line. After all this, Victoria was taken away. And then Dee Dee just gives Victoria's job to Emily. Like, I know she was doing everything, but is she qualified to be a CEO? I don't even know what Dee Dee's position is. Like, maybe she's just a fairy godmother or something and can make anything come true. Because this ain't adding up.
Thank you, everyone. It's been a crazy week and an even crazier night. And under these unusual circumstances, I'd like to think that we all came up winners this Christmas. So, everybody wins!
I'm sorry, but this whole speech is just, well, that just happened. You know what? Everyone wins. And then they all went home.
I owe you a reward for helping me find him. $75 and a Christmas wish, I believe. And like you said, never underestimate
The value of a Christmas wish.
Oh, it's getting all sappy. How sweet. No. He's gonna Kris Kringle his new pants. And that's it. In classic Dognapped Hound for the Holidays fashion, it fades out and then it's done. It just ends. There's not even like a full credit sequence. It just ends on Amazon. I don't know. Despite the cliches and mostly predictable stories, I actually did really enjoy this film, okay? And I don't know how much of my enjoyment was baked in irony, but it doesn't matter. I had fun with it. Overall, this movie really demonstrates how corporate America will just screw over the sweetest person as much as they possibly can. They'll squeeze all the work out of you, and then they'll take credit for everything you do, and then they'll frame you for stealing a dog, and then threaten to kill your entire family if you say anything negative about them ever. It's pretty realistic. And now that we've experienced this masterpiece together, let's take a brief dive into the director. Fred Olen Ray is an interesting fella. Born in 1954, he's been in the film industry for a long time. And when I scrolled through his catalog, of course there's our good little hidden gem. There's some other Christmas Hallmark films. Piranha Women? That one piques my interest. And then you get down to Busty Housewives of Beverly Hills, Teeny Weeny Bikini Squad, Bikini Jones, and the Temple of Arrows. Yeah, so you can guess the kind of genre he's into. He's been divorced twice. Thanks IMDb for listing that. I really wanted to know. And out of curiosity, I checked his ex-wife's IMDb page, which says she met and married her first husband, Fred Olen Ray, one of the most prolific film directors in the world, and soon married in 1997. Dude, most prolific? Miss Kimberly Ray, I'm sure you are a sweet person, but come on, that's exaggerating a little, right? I mean, one of the best things about Mr. Ray is listed under his trivia section, and I was shocked by this one. He has an independent wrestling promotion called ACW, where he wrestles under the name Fabulous Freddie Valentine. What? I did some research, and I actually found a cut of this man's wrestling performance, and it seems like it's on his personal YouTube channel. Don't go there, do any weird stuff, don't harass this man. Feel free to check it out if you want to support the video. If anything, this guy has made the past month for me a lot better. So I'm grateful for his work. Let's get into this good old montage. Freddie Valentine. There he is. Okay, he's got a belt, so, you know, obviously he's victorious in some way. Oh my god! What? Why are you holding a chair? Why are you showing you getting decimated? Oh! You're, dude! You're going down! You're down! You got out! Why do you have that in your montage? Did he just kick him? Did he just kick him in the balls? Oh, well, I'm not gonna comment on that. Oh, good one there, dude. Okay. Anyone. Oh, he is beaten up. Thank you so much, Mr. Fred Olen Ray, for posting that publicly. This is the best way I could ever wrap up a movie review, I think, ever. That was awesome. That was so sick. Thank you. Thank you. So Mr. Ray, he has a couple of interesting quotes on his page as well. So I think we should wrap it up with a word from the wise man himself. Making movies has never really been that much fun. The two best days of making a movie is the day you get the financing and the wrap party. and everything between is a pain in the fucking ass. Then why do you make movies? That shit is so funny, dude. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Share this with your friends. Like the video, comment, do whatever you want. And I really appreciate it. Wait a minute. Where's my cat? She's been catnapped! Nah, I'm just kidding. She's sleeping. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. And I will see you next time.